Flat out, no doubt, Andy Serkis is a genius. Now, if only we could get the Academy to agree. Dawn of the Planet of the Apes is the second film in the latest reboot of the Planet of the Apes franchise and picks right up where Rise of the Planet of the Apes left off. This time, we are following Caesar and his band of intelligent apes as they encounter what it means to coexist with humans who have lived through a worldwide epidemic. Andy Serkis returns as Caesar, with Gary Oldman, Jason Clarke, and Kerry Russell joining in as some new participants on the human side of things. So, if the last Apes flick was a movie with low expectations that somehow worked, how does this one fare now that the expectations have been raised? To be honest, it blows those expectations right out of the water. This is an incredible movie on almost all accounts. It's engaging, spectacular, moving, and meaningful, and a genuine evolution of the definition of a summer blockbuster. To start with, great movies need great acting, and Dawn delivers. Russell and Oldman are great. Jason Clarke, who you may remember from Zero Dark 30, is phenomenal as the man at the center of it all, interacting with the emerging ape culture. But as with Rise, Dawn is most dominated by the incredible Andy Serkis. Now, I don't want to downplay the wonderful acting work of the other ape players, who are certainly great as well, but Serkis as Caesar is a performance like we've never seen before and is worthy of any accolades or awards that might come his way. Yes, at the end of the day, it is a CG creation, but the digital effects, they're really more akin to costume and makeup the way they're used here. Every action, every line, every facial movement, they belong to Serkis, and he's once again stunning. It's incredible to think of how much of this movie is performance-based CG, and what a technical achievement it is to have a movie full of this much depth and pathos painted with pixels. Speaking of which, the emotion in this movie is intense, dealing with genuinely tragic motifs in a way that keeps the audience engaged in that desperate search for hope. The depth of that emotion is also deepened by the fact that these two cultures, human and ape, are representative of the best and worst we see in ourselves. The ape culture is clearly meant to hold up a mirror to the power, danger, and inevitable consequences of tribalism in our society and what it looks like at its core. And it pulls no punches in doing so, allowing each emotional blow to resonate fully so we get the full impact of our own need to see the world as us versus them. I'm telling you, this movie is so good. And I haven't even mentioned the beautiful shot selection, the well-choreographed action, the rock-solid plot structure, or Michael Giacchino's incredible score. There's just so much to love about this movie, it's really hard to pick a best thing. But one thing I haven't mentioned, so let's go with this, is how the filmmakers ease you into this ape culture gradually so that talking apes, or apes with more human-like characteristics, don't take you out of it. It's a subtle trick, but one that pays off in huge ways as the movie progresses and allows us to feel like this is a real universe. Now, is it a perfect universe? No. There's still a few moments where the technology doesn't quite pull its weight and we find ourselves in the dreaded uncanny valley. But considering the level of difficulty and how few and far between those moments really are, it's barely worth mentioning even as the worst thing. At the end of the day, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes is an incredible achievement in an amazing film. It's a testament to the fact that when you dedicate yourself to presenting truth and depth with skill and talent, that any source material can achieve greatness. Even with a few moments of CG that fall a bit short, it's still a very solid A. Thanks for checking out this Your Movie Friend review. You can stay tuned for this review's best ever challenge here in a bit. First, I'm going to throw some stuff up over here that you can click on. If you'd like to subscribe, which I'd very much appreciate, you can do that by clicking on the big gray subscribe button. Want to see more? Well, it was just Apes this week, but there were a bunch last week, so if you didn't catch my reviews of Tammy or Deliver Us from Evil or the surprising Snowpiercer, you can check those out by clicking over here. You can also click the logo right up here to go to the allnewyourmoviefriend.com, where you can find a searchable database of reviews, as well as the written text of these videos. And finally, this review's best ever challenge. This is where you name the best movie ever in a particular category and also try to identify my choice. Here we go. What is the best Andy Serkis movie ever? Mine's not a surprise, it's pretty easy, but let's just say it's the middle of middle. Drop your own answer and a guess at mine in the comments, and the first person to guess mine does get a point. Thanks, and please subscribe.